Hi guys, Marco here and welcome to a new English class. Future tenses. Now, in today's class, we're going to be studying the different ways in which we can express or talk about future. Now, first of all, we can use it for predictions, statements of fact. In this case, the auxiliary verb will is used in making predictions or simple statements of fact about the future. Okay? In this case, we have to use, as it says, the auxiliary verb will and followed by the verb in its normal way or infinitive. Like subject, will, verb, and complement. Okay, let's see some examples. The sun will rise at 6:30 tomorrow. The negative form of will is won't or will not. So a negative sentence would be you won't or you will not pass your exams if you don't start working harder. Finally, we can also make questions. For example, I know she's sick, but will she be back in school tomorrow? Okay? So we use the auxiliary will in future statements for predictions or statements of fact. Okay? Maybe like for general actions in future. Now, when talking about intentions, the auxiliary verb going to is used in talking about intentions. An intention is a plan for the future that you have already thought about. So the main difference between will and going to is that going to is something that you plan, you have already thought about, and will might be more spontaneous. Okay? So, in this case, the subject, verb to be, am, is, or are, going to, the verb, and the complement. For example, we are going to buy a new car next month. In this case, we use are because we are working with the personal pronoun we. We are going to buy a new car next month. Negative sentence, we could say he's not going to go to the dance. He's got too much work. In this case, we use the negative form of the verb to be is not, or you can also say he isn't going to work to go to the dance. Finally, we can also make questions like what are you going to have for lunch today? You can also answer like I am going to have pasta for lunch today. Now, arrangements. The present continuous tense is used in talking about arrangements. An arrangement is a plan for the future that you have already thought about and discussed with someone else. In this case, we have to use the present continuous. We have already studied present continuous in previous lessons. So, but the structure is the following one. Subject, verb to be, verb with the ing form, and the complement. For example, sorry, I can't stay after school today. I'm playing tennis with John sick. I'm not, in this case, a negative sentence, I'm not returning home for the holidays. Or a question, are you doing anything on Sunday morning? Finally, we can also talk about scheduled events. The present simple tense is usually used to refer to future events that are scheduled and outside of our control. Okay, in this case we use subject, verb, and complement. We have also studied the simple present or present simple tense in different lessons. So, in affirmative sentences we can say she has an appointment with the headmaster after school today. Negative sentence, there's no need to hurry. The train doesn't leave for another 30 minutes. Or, when does the meeting begin? Okay, so there are four main ways in which we can talk about future tenses. For predictions, or general facts, or spontaneous decisions, we use will. For intentions, or plans for the future that we have already decided before, we can use going to. For arrangements, we can also use present continuous. And for scheduled events and out of our control, we can also use present simple tense. Okay, so that's it for today's class. Thanks for watching and see you next time.